Welcome to ruralvacantland.com. I've got this property in San Bernardino County up for sale. It's 5 acres, and I wanted to show you this property. It's got a paved road going by it, and there's power lines in the area, and it's on the website right now as pending, but I'm thinking $3,999, and I'll take you through that logic in just a sec. First, there's a buy it now button. It's not working yet, but by the time you watch this video, you'll be able to click on there and check out with the property if you want to go for it. There's GPS coordinates on here you can open up, and it opens the map up in Google Maps, and you can see where this thing is at. Let's zoom out and look at the area and then zoom in. I'll show you more about the property. So here's Los Angeles, here's the property, here's Las Vegas, here's Phoenix, here's San Diego. So you're in between these, closer to Los Angeles. I think it's about 150 miles or something like that from downtown Los Angeles. We could just check. I misspelled Los Angeles, but I still found it. Google can spell better than I can. So 151 miles. That was pretty close. I was just guessing. But yeah, 151 miles going through Yucca Valley down to the 10 and over. Palm Springs is down this area. And so you go by Palm Springs. It's between, north of Joshua Tree. Palm Springs is south of Joshua Tree, or kind of southwest of Joshua Tree. There's Mount Jacinto. It's got that big cable car thing. You can go up the mountains here. This pass is full of the windmills, and you've got Big Bear over here. So you got skiing. You got skiing in the winter, woods, hiking, all kinds of beautiful nature scenery in these mountains. That's great to go to when it's hot in the summer. You go up in the mountains, you can cool off, take the dog for a walk in the forest, and see some lakes and streams and stuff. And if you're cold, you go down here into the desert, and the winter, spring and fall are beautiful. And maybe get an annual pass to Joshua Tree and go check out all the amazing hikes and scenery that you can see in Joshua Tree. That's just to the south of here. But this property is more in 29 Palms. 29 Palms is just not very far from here. Let's zoom in on the property first. Let's change this over to satellite. So here's Vista Valley Road. You go in a couple different ways. And this property goes between this Taco Road, Telephone Road goes through it, and Vista Valley Road is the north end of it. So if you look close, there's a pad here, a cement pad where a house used to be. That's on the property. And this property is longer than wider, so 330 feet wide, 660 feet from the road down to the Taco Road, basically, with this cement slab in pretty much the middle of the property. I think if we switch over to the map side, you can see the property lines. Yeah, so if you switch over to the maps, like the Street View maps in Google, you can see this property line going through here. You can see the Taco Road in the south, Telephone Road, and Vista Valley Road. And if we switch back to satellite, you can see the property. It looks like people have driven around the area, so I'm sure you can drive on this kind of terrain, drive in here and check it out, take a look at it. These kind of look like maybe some telephone poles, but I'm not sure if they're hooked up to something. There's telephone poles over here. Maybe that's what Telephone Road is. Yeah, you can see there's lines over here, so I don't think you're that far. Maybe even used to be connected to the power grid. I don't know if it still is. I kind of doubt that it is, or it would be. So, but I think you could get power there without too much work. That's one of the nice things about this area. There's a lot of power lines in the area. Infrastructure is already there. Yeah, so I got this pulled up on a couple different maps. Maybe I'll go backwards a little bit. So this was to 29 Palms. From the property, it looks like you go 8.4 miles this way and get to 29 Palms, or 9.4 miles this way and get to 29 Palms. Both 16 minutes. A couple different routes you can take. Drop down to Amboy or take the Vista Valley over to Adobe Road and down to 29 Palms. So that would be your neighborhood. This would be, where gas and groceries and basic supplies and you're just out in the side of town, you know, next to some mountains and things. I think if we zoom in here, you know, so we're back to the property. I think you can see street view. Yeah, so let's do some street view action. Let's take a look at the area. Now I'm lost. I don't know if I'm looking north. Yeah, we're looking north. So this is the mountain on the other side of the street. And let's look south. We'll see the property. You can see some mountains down to the south. Over here, well, that was no, this would be straight south. This is where the property would be off in here. Not sure if you can see much of anything, but there's some bush on the land, and looks like a little bit of a sand berm here to drive over to get into the property off of this road, but I don't think it'd be that much work to get through that. Or if you go up a little bit, here's the paved road, here's Vista Valley Road. If you go up a little bit, there should be the turnoff. Let's see how far that is. See if we can find it. Here's a turnoff. Or if there's a sign. So it looks like this one's used some. Can't read that sign, but so if we took this turnoff a little ways down, there's a couple two neighbors in between here and the property, but yeah, there's the telephone road and the taco road. So I don't think Google's gonna let me drive up that road. Their map guy didn't take that road, but if we zoom out, you can see this turnoff, and it goes up, and it looks like a pretty good dirt road. That's called Normglow Road. You take that up a little bit, and you get to you know, this telephone road gets to the property, and Taco Road both get to the property. And so if we switch back to the regular maps, no, there's just 5 acres in between Normglow and here. So off of Normglow, it should be 330 feet to this property line, and then another 330 feet to the, you know, that would be the west side of your property, and then 660 feet from Normglow to the east side of your property. And then from Vista Valley, it'd be 660 feet down to just to take you past Taco Road. That'd be the southbound of your property. So that's where we're at. That's the property. And hopefully that's an interesting one for you. I pulled up a couple other things. There's a Walmart that's 27 miles away. Go to Yucca Valley to get bigger supplies. I think they've got a Home Depot and stuff in Yucca Valley as well. Let's see. Yeah, there's a Home Depot there in Yucca Valley as well. 27 miles, you know, just over half an hour to go shoot down to Home Depot, get lumber and stuff like that to go build your operation, build your new home, cabin, whatever you want. Palm Springs, if you like to go down to Palm Springs, that's 57 miles, just over an hour is what Google's saying with these roads. They got some construction in there cooked into the time. I pulled it up on the market. So I searched 29 Palms because San Bernardino County is a pretty big county. So just searching this area of the county. I think this is a more sought after area of the county than lots of the county. And I didn't do anything about the size. I just left it open. Looks like there's a lot of properties under 10 acres. Cheapest one that comes up, sorting price low to high, is 1 acre for $3,000. I'm asking $3,999. You know, for an extra $1,000, you get 5 acres instead of 1 acre. 0.63 acres for $3,500. 0.2 acres for $3,500. 1 1/4 acre for $3,700. We're starting to get to my price. Here's my price at 0.4 acres. Well, here's one. 2.5 acres for $4,500. I still got cheaper price and twice the property. 0.16 for 45. Let's see where we can get. I think there was like a $5,000 5 acre in here. Yeah, here we go. 5 acres for $5,000. So that's probably the closest comparable 5 acres. So I'm asking $3,999. But this one, let's see if they tell you anything about it. A 5-acre parcel near a private airstrip in 29 Palms area. Yeah. So that's probably this airstrip, right? It's probably over here somewhere. Looking at that map. But they don't really tell you which property or anything. So, extra $1,000, you get the mystery 5 acres, and they don't brag about access or being able to drive up to it or having a cement slab to start. The nice thing about the cement slab, I've heard from guys buying these kinds of properties from me, is when you go try to build something on it, this is just secondhand information. I mean, please go check all your zoning stuff on your own. But they say when you start with a cement slab like that and you call San Bernardino County and like, hey, I want a building permit now to build a home on top of cement slab that's already there. And they say, you mean like you're going to rehab it or you're going to fix it up? And, don't bother us with that. Come on, just go build it. It's kind of what they say. So I don't know if that's staying within the law, but I had a couple guys buy land from me that have these kinds of missing structures or slabs that they can start with, and they just go build. They build a cabin, put it on Airbnb, they rent it out, they sell it, make money off the thing, or use it for themselves. And that's I think that's a good way to get started. See, a couple of these properties have these old cement slabs. It's not uncommon. There's dilapidated, wind-blown whatever in the area. This one looks like it's got some more meat to it. But these small cabins were built in this area to homestead the property. If you got one of these 5-acre properties, you had to build something on it within a certain amount of time, and it was like 600 square foot minimum structure you got to build on it to keep the land. And so a lot of these small homes and cabins were built across this countryside back in the day, and then the people were able to keep the land. They never really kept up the cabin or followed through with it, or maybe they went out there a couple of times and they didn't really move in and set it up for their grandkids and that kind of quality. So stuff got stolen, salvaged, sold off, blown down, condemned, whatever you want to call it, and has degraded into a new piece of property. It basically can't tell anybody's been working on it except for a cement slab that you can start with that really helps you get around the regulations of building a home. So the one last thing I wanted to show you is some property lines on different software. This is the same thing. This one's showing the property line going across Vista Valley and across Taco and Telephone Road in there. One property in between this property and Normglow Road, and just a whole bunch of 5-acre properties in the area. So hopefully this is the right one for you, and I got it up on the website. We'll update the prices in a sec. $3,999 and titled Paved Road Access Pre-Existing Slab to start with. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. It's Luke Smith, ruralvacantland.com.